Hi everybody, welcome to Disclosure. I'm Al.
And I'm New Dark.
And I'm Al.
And I'm Shamus.
And I messed that up pretty
And
badly.
welcome to Rome. Welcome
Yeah,
to
we're in
Rome,
Rome.
part the second.
And our beautiful skyline.
Rome. What?
This is pretty. I'll give them credit for that. Some parts of this game feel a little boxy and boring, but boy, when they make a city, this is one of several really
Skyboxes.
good looking. Yeah, their cityscapes are really good looking.
And to think, they really didn't need to do this much detail
No.
in this city at all.
We mentioned this
true.
in Moscow.
Oh, we
There's,
mentioned it even more
there's
in
this
Taipei.
One,
Taipei has
is
the
it Taipei
exterior.
with the one window? Yeah, it
Taipei
is
is the one
Taipei.
with the one window that you can't see after the introduction scene. But Alduin,
Is it it's the special base?
Alduin,
What-
you
what
messed
did you
up the
do?
introduction.
What did you do to the main character? What's his name? Tim Duncan?
Michael
I forget
Thornton.
his name. Michael Thornton. Okay,
It's
Michael
actually
Thornton.
a code name, not even his real name. You don't know what his real name is.
Yeah,
Tom
but
Raider.
he's got his
Tom Raider.
he's got his laser sunglasses going.
I'm glad you like him so much, Shamus.
Don't you like the
He
lumberjack
looks
beard?
like a hobo.
You should have
see
seen
when he was
last
in a
week
suit.
when we were doing the mansion mission. He was in a tux and he had that do-rag and beard on.
Speaking of the beard.
Hey, look. Darcy photoshopped her face
Yeah.
into a still frame.
So
with
once
light
again,
on
we're
it.
playing Alpha Protocol,
That's,
the
um,
spy-themed beard simulator.
Yeah.
Made by Obsidian, the makers of fine games like Neverwinter Nights 2.
I think you did that deliberately to bring up the plot door.
Did I?
Possibly.
So
Anyways, are we just gonna start the
let's
next
just let's. Do you want to get
some
your
EMPs.
pistol out first?
Buy some EMPs.
mission? Do I not have that?
Do you want to get your pistol out first, just to be sure?
I should check. That's the wrong place to check.
So,
I
Shamus hasn't played the game since making the comics, I presume.
in quote 11
Right.
bajillion years.
And quote 10,000
Yeah,
years.
what is it? What is this, like 2011? Is this a 2011 game? Is that when it was new?
Let me check.
I feel like it might be like 2000, well, earlier than that.
I have the box version. I'll just pull the box and see what year it was.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because I played it when it was basically new.
I feel like it was more than 2 years. I don't remember this mission at all.
It's been way more than 2 years. I was in high school at the time.
Well, that would be.
That's crazy talk.
I was in high school 2 years ago, so.
Copyright 2009.
Okay.
Oh wow, I was off by. This is 4 years old.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost as old as Red
My
Stern.
gosh, this this game's almost ready for kindergarten.
Way to make us feel. Way to make people feel old, Shamus.
I'm just getting them back. I feel old. What
Well-
have I done with the last 4 years since I played Alpha Protocol?
I've graduated
Nothing.
high school in the past 4 years.
Raged about Mass Effect. That's what you've done.
So much Mass Effect rage, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about how C likes getting shot and how sexy she feels now that you shot
Oh
her.
God.
Yeah, so I guess
Okay, I'm getting some EMPs. So
there's an important age difference there. Alduin and Cloud graduated high school in the last 4 years. I graduated college in the last 4 years. And Shamus got a little older, I guess.
Seamus made a
Yeah.
book in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alduin and Cloud, if you added their ages together, it would probably still be less than mine.
I'm
I'm
pretty sure.
20 years old and he's 19.
Yep.
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 Yeah.
You're,
You guys would be a couple years short.
Do you want to do the ruins or the warehouse first?
we want to do the ruins.
I want to do the ruins.
Because I have
Okay.
I have an important little glitchy thing to show you.
Okay.
Do we buy the intel that makes the terrorists not hate us in the mission?
Did you check
Let's
your
check.
email?
I did check my email. I didn't say much about it. I have all the intel.
I'm assuming we got it then.
Okay, because that's important to the glitch.
Okay.
There's a glitch in this mission.
It's not so much a glitch as a kind of an insight into an earlier build of the game, in my opinion. I'll show you when it comes up.
Oh, I can't imagine how many builds this game went through.
At least 2.
Yeah, there was a big major one where they totally changed everything around. Like, they even had tons of dialogue recorded. The voice actor who played Michael Thornton has commented on this. Where, for
That
instance,
has to be hugely that had to have
He
been
didn't-
hugely expensive.
for instance, the voice actor who played Thornton doesn't like the current version of the game and liked the earlier version of the character much better, where he had more of a set personality. Yes, our bike.
This is basically the Obsidian MO. They make a really nice prototype,
Alright, I'm at the ruins.
then they scrap it, and then they make a really good story with
close
this
by.
new
It's a nice
version that
ride.
has terrible gameplay.
Looks
Yeah.
like the area is under renovation.
As exemplified by Coder 2 most of the time. Actually, Coder
Looks
2
like
is
Alcimano's
kind of
right.
okay.
One of their cells is operating.
Gameplay-wise.
Of course, with
Alright,
Quarter 2,
here's
Quarter
what
2 in New
based off of
Vegas,
Quarter
they
1.
already had the engine all lined up for them. They just
Yeah.
had to
Right.
make...
And Neverwinter Nights.
World.
Alduin, stop doing anything.
What?
So you don't have to
Okay.
sneak. Stop sneaking.
They're friendlies, dude.
So these are friendly because we
But
allied.
I'm not gonna shoot them.
because we allied. Stop! Don't
I
do it! Don't!
Yeah, I had to murder my way through this.
That's like if Shamus had a shotgun pointed at
It's
Josh when he
normal.
first met him in real life.
Yours to look at the bottom left corner, and then I want you to shoot one of them.
Okay? So I am supposed to shoot one of them.
Yes, but not until
That's what
we're
you're saying.
in the right place. Bottom left corner where notifications pop up. Would you just shoot one of these bastards? What's wrong with you?
Okay.
Bottom left corner.
So, this is...
Minus its one reputation.
With
With
also
Al Samad.
yes, with the organization, and you don't. So check our. Oh, I did mean you to check your dossier, but you can check your dossier and what's his face, the guy that runs. Who's the guy that runs Al Samad?
Shahid?
Shahid. Sheikh Ali Shahid. His reputation will not be.
That's the wrong button.
So it's not just a typo or anything.
So this game used to have faction reps.
Exactly. This game must have used to have faction reputations, which they probably took out because most of the factions are only headed by one person anyway.
You know, I
What-
never even
it's different.
considered trying to shoot these guys to figure that out.
Yeah, well, I didn't do it until my second playthrough either, but I was just like, wait a second, this is kind of weird. I wonder what'll happen. They don't turn hostile either, so you can just keep shooting them. I mean, you may as well, because you're just a
Good to see all the
murderer and you want
renovations
orphans. Ah,
This is a very Josh way of playing. Hey, I'm going to go to this extra effort to make these guys leave me alone, and then I'm going to go to the trouble to kill them anyway.
those guys are not on your side.
No.
Are
I
not
love
awesome.
how you just walk right in front of someone and turn invisible. You can just use hide in shadows.
Actually, the funny thing about
Hiding shadows in the open in broad daylight.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay,
Yes.
I didn't die. I thought I died.
Oh,
Victory!
I thought you died too.
No, you just fell over.
You got stasis.
In the Mass Effect stuff. In the Mass Effect. Yeah, exactly.
8 stasis over. Oh my gosh. There's this time when you're fighting Benezia's, commandos, and if one of them
Yes.
stasis is you and you fall under the little bridge place,
Yeah, you get stuck.
back up. It is the best way to defeat anyone. So
I remember just abusing lift when I was playing Mass Effect 1.
you could lift
You
up.
can't do that nearly so against other biotics though.
Admittedly, it's funnier, like against Geth armatures, it's funnier to just run them over with the Mako.
It doesn't do that much damage, but it does knock them over.
Yeah, but it makes them go floop floop.
So about Alpha Protocol.
About Alpha Proto, we purchased.
What
just
game are
running
we
around.
talking about? Alpha
were call-
what?
We were talking about, I think we were
What's
talking about
Alpha
Kodor.
Alpha Protocol? What's that? So we purchased some intel. So this area was being held by Al Samad agents, the terrorist organization that we dealt with very, very early back in Saudi Arabia. We purchased some intel that made them on our side. That actually makes the mission harder because those early guys, normally they're all Al Samad dudes, which have pretty low armor and stuff like that. And now the later enemies have been replaced with Deus Volt people. I almost said Deus Ex. That would have been really shameful for me to say.
Shameful.
Yes, shameful.
You're saying that's the kind of mistake I make?
Well, I mean, you are old,
Don't make
memory
these
is
munitions
going.
point in the
Yeah, and
room.
we know
Better destroy
I didn't
them
want to say
here.
Deus Ex because I know how much you like Invisible War, and I didn't want to bring up that again. Oh, this area's really cool. You're about to...
I get to blow something up.
War.
Fantastic.
Set the
Invisible
charge.
War was the best game. I mean, did you see the cans of fire
I think
physics?
there's another charge back. Is
What
there
is
another
this
charge
place?
back in the other area, or am I just remembering wrong?
I think he's missed it.
Oh, there's a charge up there. Yeah.
So,
Go back.
You majored in architecture.
What
going
is this
back.
place? I've been wandering around murdering people in it. Maybe I should find out what it is.
No. Go back. Go back even further.
Oh, it's an
than that.
orphanage?
Even further.
Huh.
Than that.
Why am I here?
If it's
Go
an
into
open-
one of
Let me
these.
just check the map. Is it in the map?
rounds.
No.
It's in one of these little.
Should be destroy caches.
I guess it
But-
doesn't have a marker for it. Whatever. It's just the difference.
No, keep going further. I remember where it is exactly now. Keep going further back. No, not in here. Yeah. Now go down there.
5, 6, down there? Okay.
5 seconds before we say
Either down there.
go down there.
Now turn around. On your left. Go back. Now look.
Shamus.
No, open up the cupboard.
Down, up,
Right,
left,
this is
right,
happening.
If it's not here, then go upstairs.
Upstairs.
up.
I already did.
I don't even know what he's fucking talking about, and I'm not playing.
Go. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, I
Keep
found
going
it.
where we're going.
Okay, take
Go
cover
right.
with
Found it.
Go right.
Venezia.
He was
There.
right.
Take
There
cover
we
with
go.
Venezia will use stasis on you.
God dang it. Biggest problem with Mass Effect, those dumb boss fights. The first one is always the hardest fight in the entire game.
Isn't that true of like most RPGs though? Because you're always
Yeah.
under-leveled, under-equipped when your first boss
Yeah.
fight. By the end of the game,
Reverse
you're
difficulty
powered,
curves.
broken machismo, and can
Yeah.
go through anything in like one hit.
Reverse
Listen,
difficulty
Yeah, at
curves
the end
are
of-
indeed a problem.
listen and watch.
Bosses are usually found so that they can be beaten even if you're an idiot and build your character wrong. Which they have to be, otherwise you could get into an unwinnable state, but that means if you're not an idiot and you build your character right,
Must be the ghost.
then it's naturally going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah, but
And
not
if
much
that's not the
longer.
case, then you've got a game where it doesn't matter what skills you pick.
Dun, dun,
Like
dun,
Human
dun,
Revolution?
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
Well, that's kind of the point. It doesn't have that many combat. Oh, crap.
dun, dun,
You
dun,
son
dun,
of a gun.
I love
Really?
bombing.
For real? You missed a shot
No,
point blank?
Oh, you shot at
He,
me and
like,
you didn't hit me.
dodged out of the way.
I'm going to run up to you and hit you with my gun.
You know, we've complained a lot about guards doing that, but it seems pretty effective because it tends to stagger Mike. I mean, if they would just keep doing it, they would stun lock us, and then we'd be screwed.
And
The
it's actually
real
really
stupid
hard to
point-
hit things
the
with
real
a fucking
stupid
view
point is
because
they
the
don't-
controls are awful.
Because the player...
And then they actually dodge from side to side. Shut up. I think you actually staticed out half of that, but I know what you said.
Backstab
Okay.
critical.
That's mean. Didn't just kill that guy. You were mean to him.
Oh, they are red barrels.
You were mean to him.
You set up
You owe him an apology.
You shot the barrel and the alarm got set off.
I like to think that those are related and not at all to do with...
I also love how ironically the shotgun is like the most non-lethal weapon in the game.
Yeah, because it knocks...
Yeah, because you can knock
Yeah.
them over it.
Because you can knock people over and then get the stealth, or they get the stomp takedown.
I think we mentioned this, but
I,
Which counts as
having
something.
beanbag rounds or something would have been quite smart. Having more non-lethal options that
For
aren't
the shotgun?
equalizer stealth.
Not
'cause,
having the game filter on the friggin' pistol would have helped. They
Yeah.
did so invalid. My first
That's
time
the
through,
last
I
one.
was like, all right, you know, I kind of wanna roll over these mooks and just focus on the story my first time through the game. So I'll go for shotgun.
I don't know why
That
you can
was-
disable the save within
In my,
enemies.
I'm kind of towards this. My first playthrough, I went with stealth and assault
Hope
rifles
the world doesn't end up
as a
like this.
rookie
Help
on
us,
hard,
though.
and I made the dumbest mistake of my entire life.
Don't go down there. Did you get the final cache?
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
I
did.
think so.
It's important because otherwise
Oh,
we'll miss some cool guys not looking at explosions.
Are you gonna drop for what?
I was trying to figure out how to climb up, and I figured it out.
Dude, just get the shotgun
Why'd you
and
not
go
dead?
zombie shotgun on these people.
You know, we talk about the weapons being not balanced and that, but of course, I would rather like this to not have nearly any combat at all. I mean, you know, some might
Yeah.
be reasonable, but not nearly as much as they do.
But then there'd be a lot of talking, which means a lot of voice acting, which means a lot of money going
There's
into...
already
Actions.
entire episodes we have with no shooting in them at all.
You know, the conversation missions are my favorite in the game, and I just don't like playing the game. Like, if they could just do nothing but the conversations and no gameplay at all, I think I'd be a happy customer.
Yeah.
The first conversation with Marber is probably one of my favorite in the game, because it's one of the best taking into account what you've done. It's his attitude towards you could totally change. I haven't done this. Okay.
You've done this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's a long time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think there's...
there is.
Weeks ago. Months, probably. Years, maybe. When did we start this? Did we start this series back in 2009?
We started this
So,
shortly
I just
before
stand here and wait.
Half-Life 2 came
Now you know
out.
how I feel.
And we're going to
Right.
end this shortly before Half-Life 3 comes out.
Finish the trace. Then
So never.
What then?
We have one more
We've
week
got
after
trouble,
this.
don't we?
protect the
Okay, what are we
trace,
talking
Mike.
about?
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
going to
Don't
mention...
worry, they're not getting anywhere near it.
Kind of a...
Oh, this is where this is where like the mooks just keep flooding in until the time runs out.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna kill them with fire.
as I was
I
trying...
hated this
I'm
level.
trying to talk. I'm trying to talk about irrelevant stuff.
Mike, you need to protect the trace.
So, in general, it seems like there's kind of a problem with games. Say, Michael Thorne's a super spy. He knows how to shoot people and stuff. Yet that doesn't mean that in his missions, in his normal missions, that he should have to shoot lots of people. Except, in order for a player to do that, to shoot people well, they need to shoot people frequently. So actually there's kind of this weird feedback loop where there's no way to practice except by having combat. I mean, real people practice marksmanship.
Oh, that makes sense.
But they don't... I don't know if you're talking about the game or
I'm
what
an
I'm talking
asshole. I
about.
got plenty of
But
bullets.
real people could practice marksmanship on a gun range. But in games, you just have to practice it on moves. Which I think leads to part of the, the weird feeling of playing through games, mowing down a bajillion dudes. It's funny, Tomb Raider could have fixed that by having you actually hunt more creatures for wildlife rather than shoot a million dudes in the face with your arrows.
Yeah.
Hold on, Mike, I almost have it.
Yeah. And you totally could in Tomb Raider. You could actually do quite a bit of hunting, it just wasn't required. Like, I know people that said that they
The deal is that all
hunted
the
every area until they got to...
So about the Alpha Protocol, because Shamus is already covering Tomb Raider in a different show entirely.
Well, that's true. There's nothing interesting to talk about. We're just shooting dudes. Okay, we're done now.
I was talking.
Which is-
I was going to talk about how much I hate this section of the game because it's just a
Erasing
bunch
my
of fucking
tracks.
mooks
And the
There's
that come out for no real reason and just give their lives pretty pointlessly.
And they come out and attack you with
This is architecture.
Yeah, protect the trace, Mike, which means you had to hunker down for like a minute.
That's not the only time you have to do this in this game either.
Yeah, and
I
it
think it only
sucks every
happens
single
once.
time.
Yeah.
I
Combat is
actually
not
like
mistakes.
I like this next mission we're about to do a lot better than that.
I
end
don't
part.
remember this one. I'll probably remember it when we get into it.
You have to get in and get out as fast as possible.
Oh, that's vaguely interesting.
preferably by sneaking.
Because if you don't, then the police
The
arrive.
ruins went well.
This will be an interesting scene.
Good charm like that, your parents
Because
must have been proud.
I've only seen this
Not
when
all
you're
of
nice
us
to
are
Maddie.
bastards.
Because that's the only reasonable
Find
thing
out
to do,
anything?
you
Any
monster.
sign of Marburg or clue what
Oh
he's
my
doing?
goodness, it looks like he's
Found
wearing
lead,
a
but it's
fake
not enough by
beard.
itself.
He
It
is
does,
wearing a
especially
fake
from the
beard.
back.
Off. Maybe the warehouse lead will pan out.
In
That's
the
an
game,
interesting
these are
hypothesis.
called
Sounded
disguises.
Honest.
Oh, I got +1. Darn it.
Are you okay?
Just
Reload.
tired of getting shot at.
Reload.
Coming home to you doesn't help either.
Now look who's being charming.
What, did you choose Suave or something?
What is
Honest,
it?
yeah.
Why would you
When
choose
is it going to be
Suave?
safe for me to leave?
What's wrong with
Question.
I
you?
don't
There's a
appreciate
fourth
being
option.
kidnapped, and I
You
don't
gotta be
appreciate not
aggressive.
being able to go
Good question, question.
I did have one question. When you were checking up on me shortly before we met, why didn't you use your work terminal in Rome?
home. What? How do you know that?
I'm a
I
super
was
spy.
monitoring it. You used a temp employee's computer at your office. Why?
I'm a stalker.
It was a Hellbeck contractor from Milan, working with the VCI. I thought using
So,
his computer
one
would
interesting
help hide
point
what I was
too,
doing.
somebody in the threads
A
to on the
contractor
cloud
from
site
Milan.
mentioned that there was
Do you
kind
know
of
who it was?
They wondered if each of the hubs were designed around the 3 JBs that the developers mentioned as inspiration. You know, Jack Bauer, James Bond, and Jason Bourne. And they were wondering if the 3 hubs were also based around
No
that.
reason, just...
Rome,
Yeah, I feel
if
like
anything,
that.
would definitely be James Bond. It's funny, we even have
She
Madison
doesn't play
as a sort of Bond girl equivalent.
That you can't have sex with and then get level up for.
Yes. I'm sure you get some XP for it. I don't know if it's enough for a level up.
500 XP for having sex with any given woman in the game.
I'm glad you know that.
This sounds like a Witcher thing. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to listen to Maddie.
So about that Alpha Protocol game.
Charm like that, your parents must have been proud.
Not all of us are bastards. That sounded almost honest. Are you okay?
Just tired of getting shot at. Don't be good.
Now look who's being charming.
Don't want to pick up any curses.